Well, I guess I probably could have brought a selfie stick, but I didn't really expect to be doing what I'm doing. Um, I'm trying to relive part of my childhood. Um, I'm heading to an area that I used to hang out with my best friend. Oh gosh, back in '86. He was like a brother to me, but the place where I'm at, it's right across the street, basically from the townhomes that we all lived in. It's at a school. This is a elementary school, but this is not the same elementary school that was here when I was a kid. It's totally been torn down and rebuilt. I don't know if there's going to be access. There was a school here back then too, but like I said, it was different. And when there behind it was the playground and the basketball court and everything that everybody used to hang out at. Now, you could walk to the back, and there was an entrance to get into the wooded area, and they had paths. Now, it looks like, I don't know if this is the same entrance point. It very well could be. I'm a little bit out of sorts because, I don't know if I can turn this around. I guess I can't, but like I said, the school is totally different and placed different. There is an entrance gate here, which there never used to be something like this. But I do not believe this is the entranceway we would go into. I'm almost positive it's more down that way. But I'm not entirely sure. It looks like this gate is accessible. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna enter in here. And I just wanted to come here basically to, I don't know, relive some past and some memories. This way might not be feasible. Looks like they do a lot of brush clearing and pile things up in front. I'm trying to think where the neighbor's house butted up to the woods, and this, I don't know, this all looks so different. I mean, I guess it's been however many years. I'm just trying to figure out if this is, I think I'm going to try walking down here a little bit more, because there were a couple entrances. They didn't have gates at all. This is new. Let me walk down a bit. This is a nice school. I remember the old school was here. We used to climb up on top of the roof of the place. And they started putting like tar and everything around there that would get all over your fingers as a deterrent to stop us from climbing up on it. But we'd still come here in the summer or on the weekend and climb on the roof. Didn't do any damage or any kind of harm or anything like that, but yeah, this is totally different. The playground's different, everything's different. If I can't find another entrance, I think I will go back. But no, we moved into, I grew up in a small town called Willis, which is near Belleville, Michigan. Not a whole lot goes on in that area, very small rural community. And we moved here to Ypsilanti, to a place that is no longer existent. I might go across the road when I'm done here, where the townhouses used to be. They were called Liberty Square, which is just the name that was given to them. Kind of an interesting factoid is that the name of the complex is actually called Grove Park Homes, but a sign that had the name Liberty Square was accidentally delivered to the community, and they installed it, and henceforth it became known in Ypsilanti as Liberty Square. Kind of had a reputation of being I don't know, kind of rampant with drugs and criminal activity. And there was a lot of stuff I saw in my time there, and I lived there, God, for years. I'd seen, people's houses get firebombed, or, I'd, hear gunshots on a regular basis. I was just a simple backwoods country boy, and to me, it was kind of a rude awakening. But honestly, the people that lived there, I can't say I was friends with every single person, but there was a lot of good people that lived there. And honestly, for the most part, as long as you just kept to yourself and just mind your own business, you really didn't have any problems. But I couldn't find an entrance that way, so I guess we're going to go here. But this does not look right to me. Because I remember at the very end of the back area in the school, you could see into the neighbor's yard. And that's actually the guy's house where I bought my very first car that his son apparently was selling. Was a old van I bought for $100 back in, maybe 88 or something, I don't know. But anyway, I guess we're going to give it a go. See if we can make our way past the refuse. This is the block that stands in front of us. There's a lot of produce that's thrown out here. That looks like a butternut. All right, now I feel like probably be easier if I wasn't recording this, but I kind of feel like having a video diary of this. I don't know if people really walk back here anymore. There were pretty well defined trails through here back through the 80s, and before that, and I'm sure even into the 90s, I know there were still trails back here that people went through. But it looks like maybe that's kind of gone through. Either it's not used anymore, or the area, because I still don't think that's the right entrance area. Like maybe that got changed, and maybe I'll stumble across the old trails, because that's really ultimately what I wanted to do here today. I wanted to come out and find the trails that we used to walk. Yes, this is definitely over in the farther part, because I remember this little gorge thing in front of me. And let's see if we can pick up the trails down there, though. Now, Eric, you're 50 years old. Do you really want to try going ahead and making it down this? Yeah, I think I do. Let's give her a shot. All right. It was a lot easier back when I was 16, I'll tell you. And 13, 14, whatnot. Okay. Now, it's kind of weird how topography can change, because I honestly, for the life of me, do not remember any kind of a stream of water, especially not moving water, going through this. So there might have been some change in the construction. I know there was a lot of stuff that's built up around here that maybe changed the water table, or obviously affected how things go through here. But I gotta tell you, I was kind of hoping to find a nostalgic walk, and what I'm finding is an area that's totally foreign to me. Actually, none of this looks familiar. There's Ford Lake, and there's people out there enjoying the last couple days of summer. It used to be really big for sailboating back in the day when I was real young. People came out here and had sailboats all along Ford Road. Well, I gotta say, I'm gonna make my way back up this way, but yeah, you can kind of see remnant, because this is the area where the trails were, right here, where I'm on right now. And you can tell, kinda, that there was a trail, but this was very, very well used. I mean, everybody used to come back here. I mean, we used to dig into the side of the lake bed. We would dig forts and whatnot, and I actually might be, we're gonna see how like this kind of dug in there. That might be the remnant of one of our forts from back in the day. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't know. Pretty steep incline here. I don't even know why I'm videoing this, because nobody's going to give a dang. But, well, I would not be able to tell where I'm at. I don't know. Part of me is a bit sad, because I've been feeling really nostalgic lately, and I really wanted to, without trying to wax too philosophical, I wanted to walk the paths of my youth. So part of me is glad, or part of me is sad, I should say, that there's really no trace of it. But it is also very true that a part of me is really disappointed. I don't want to say glad, and I don't want to say satisfied, but content. Maybe it's still not the right word, but it just shows that the things of your youth that you thought were permanent, you know, that they're all just they're fleeting and they move on, and you can never really re-walk the paths you walked when you were young. There might be something pretty deep here, but I guess if you want to get a little bit philosophical about it, you can still make out remnants of those paths, or of that past. Trail's still kind of here. It's old and overgrown. Seen better days. And there's your allegory for you. And this empties out into the field, which I think I'm going to make my way this way. Maybe back to Ford Grove Road. I don't know. Like I said, everything's different. Looks like this is the path of least resistance. So we'll go down it. Well, maybe I should have came here. I don't know what I was hoping to find. I just know I miss Chris. Chris Pearson was my best friend. Honestly, probably the one person in my entire life who honestly was my true best friend. I loved that guy like a brother. I truly did. He was really important in my life. Lost contact with him after I started, moving on in my life, and we grow up and we forget about the things that were important to us once. And I got married, and as far as I know, Chris went into the military. But Chris Pearson, if you're out there somewhere, brother, I still love you, man. I always will. You're definitely my brother. You're the one person in my life I actually became a blood brother with. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody nowadays, but we pricked our fingers and became blood brothers. So I guess I kind of just wanted to connect with that past, with that bit of me that, that's gone. And that relationship and that friendship. I've been thinking a lot about the relationships of my past and the ones that really meant a lot to me. I've been married quite a few times. This last one was number 4, was a mistake. I'll be honest, it was an absolute mistake. I never should have done it. But that's done now, thank God. But I'll tell you, my second wife, I'll always love her because she gave me my daughter, and her and I get along really well. We don't have any kind of a acrimony or anything like that. I kind of let go a lot of the resentment I had to our breakup because it's not important ultimately. And we have a now 16-year-old, believe it or not, child to raise. And good God, this is turning into something, isn't it? And it doesn't do any favors for my daughter for her parents to be estranged. So I think I'm gonna turn back and try to find my way back now, because this ain't leading out into anything. But anyway, so that's my second wife, and I'm always gonna love her because of the fact that she made me a father, and no matter what, anything else is secondary to the fact that was an amazing gift she gave me. But my first wife, honestly, I've been thinking a lot about her lately too, and and I'm not dwelling on the past. This might be a way of a cathartic experience, just getting it off my chest. But I loved her. Tammy was absolutely the love of my life. I didn't know it at first. I was actually dating her friend, and I was trying to find, honestly, all my life, if we really psychoanalyze things, I think I try to look for marriage and a home life, and I'm really relationships centric. A lot of that has to do, I think, with the fact that I've always longed for that in my life because my parents got divorced. And even though I was raised by my mom and my grandma, both of who were great, I really feel I missed out on having a father in the home, and some of the things I could have learned there. But regardless, I think that might be one of the reasons I've always been somewhat clingy in relationships, and I've told I don't know how many women that I love them, and it's not fair to them at all that I've done that, because I've had many women basically fall in love with me back when I was younger, before I was fat, but because I could talk the good talk at first. I was charming, but I lack something in my makeup. I don't cheat, nothing like that, but there's something missing, whether it's as a result of my childhood or what it is, I don't know, but there's something missing within me that makes it, I become complacent, and I stop trying once I feel I have that person locked in. I'm going off on all sorts of tangents here. Let's go ahead and leave that one for another video, but go back to my first wife, Tammy. I absolutely fell in love with her. I truly did. I married her. Dream come true. But that shortcoming we were talking about, where I wasn't giving her like the attention I think she needed. I don't know exactly what it was. If I knew what it was, I'd fix it, and I probably would have a successful marriage somewhere in my life. But I went ahead and I know I didn't. I know I wasn't the husband I should have been for her. she did cheat on me. And, that is what it is. And I don't think anybody deserves being cheated on, but like I said, I can't say that my hands were clean. I was, and probably I still am. Like I said, I don't think I've fixed my problems, but regardless, she ended up cheating on me and we broke up. Really, honestly, it tore me apart. I mean, it killed me. Killed me. After she was gone, I started getting involved with all sorts of women. And, like I said, I'd always rush into relationships, even with women who weren't really relationship oriented, who were maybe more still living their life and being adventurous and doing their thing. But I, being the needy, emotional baggage that I am, wanted always a relationship. One girl who I actually really felt very close to, like I said, a lot of my emotional insecurities I know ran her off, but her name was Erin, and she actually, very beautiful, very much, had a lot in common with her, actually. We both had fathers who died of colon cancer when we were young and whatnot, and it was kind of cool. We both had similar names, but she was actually a really great girl. We broke up. That kind of broke my heart, but I became kind of like a stalky kind of guy. Not like a dangerous, going to get you stalker, but more the forlorn, like, hey, don't you love me kind of a stalker, which is really fucking pathetic. But that, like I said, I even bought her an engagement ring. It's like I said, I have to go into relationships. I can't just be with somebody and enjoy them for who they are. No, it has to get locked down and be a forever thing. And Lord knows, I think I'm finally made it to the point in my life where I'm okay with me just being with me. But anyway, so I was with many different women and trying to basically be in love with all these different women over the course of time. And then I met my second wife, and again, instant relationship. What can you do? I love to love. I have some kind of a psychological twitch where it has to be absolute 100% love. I'm realizing this about myself now. This is who I am, and this is who I'm trying to. I'm not even saying I'm trying to change myself. I'm just trying to be aware of myself and to check myself accordingly because of that awareness. But anyway, so I'm going to skip over my second wife, just out of respect to the fact that she is the mother of my child, and I've let a lot of things go, and I hope that she's let a lot of things go for me as well. But I don't know. Anyway, after my second marriage fell apart, lo and behold, because of the magic of Facebook, I found my first wife again. Well, this is the first time where I'm going for instant relationship, probably where I really meant it, because when I say that she was and is the love of my life, I mean it. I found her. We started talking. She'd been married again. We started connecting like immediately. I'm not proud of the fact that I ended up. I know I was instrumental or partially to blame for her walking away from her marriage, if not 100%. I happen to think, honestly, that it's probably just a useful excuse, because she wasn't happy. God bless her. But I ended up getting back together with my first wife, and my heart couldn't have been any fuller. I was in love. I found the woman that I had truly loved. The woman that, if I'm being fair, after we had gotten divorced, I had compared against every other woman I had been with. Just because, again, I was just madly, completely, and unabashedly in love with her. Dream came through for me. You got to help. Forgive me. I'm going up a hill and searching for purchase as I do so. Got married again. Felt that God could not have been any better to me. In the fact that he had brought this woman back into my life. I was ecstatic. We got married again. I was at that point I was in great shape. I mean, amazing shape. I was in the gym almost daily. I had a 32-inch waist, and I was just like a brick shit house. I mean, I was built, and I was also a conceited son of a bitch too. I really was in love with myself for a minute there when I was working out heavy, but I had it all together. Got back together with her because of her her marital status and from her previous marriage with her children. She couldn't leave the Battle Creek, Michigan area. Like I said, me and my second wife have always had a decent relationship, and we've never had problems or anything like that. And we shared custody with my daughter, and for me, it was not a problem to be able to take my daughter. Back in those days, the custody, and that was my walk down the path. God bless it. That was nothing like I remember. It was not a big deal for me to have my daughter come with me out to Battle Creek. We had come to the agreement because she was very young, and neither one of us wanted to be away from her for a full week. So we had it arranged where we would have her 3 days 1 week and 4 days the next. So we'd always go just a couple days without having our daughter with us. Me and my second wife there. And so I moved out to Battle Creek. Now, because of my custody relationship that I had worked out, and because of the weirdness of the schedule, I could not really find a job. I don't believe in daycare. I don't trust daycare. I love my daughter. She is absolutely the love of my life and my heart. I love her with all my heart. I have an older daughter, but we'll save that for another soul-bearing video if I do one. But anyway, so I moved out there to Battle Creek, and I got fat because I was depressed and I wasn't working. And I soon became the exact opposite of what I had been. And on top of that, I found that I really could not let go of a lot of the issues and the hurt that I had from her leaving me in the situation in the first time. And plus, I'll be honest, I hate to say this about any kid, but I did not like her children at all. Not even a little bit. Ultimately, after a couple years, I came to the decision, because there was health issues with her youngest child, and there was all sorts of stuff going on there. And I just realized that it wasn't fair to me, and it sure to hell wasn't fair to her or her children, that I continue to be around when I had so much resentment for her and for her kids. And so, real quick, I'm going to break off and say that I think what happened here is that this used to be, I think the fence line moved quite a bit too, because I'm looking for the neighbor, because the school originally would have sat up closer. They moved it back quite a bit, and this probably would have been around, God knows, I can't. I can't figure it out. I have no idea where I'm at anymore with these trails. But it wasn't fair to anybody. So I ended up leaving that relationship. Now I've been married 4 times. I'm 50-50. Half the time they've left me, half the time I've left them. So number 1, Tammy, she left me. Number 2, Michelle, she left me. And then Tammy again, I left her the second time. And then we have this last one, which we may or may not get into. I don't even know. But I came to the realization when it comes to Tammy that Tammy is 100% the love of my life, absolute love of my life. But I can never be with her because that was just so much hurt that I went through. And I understand the thought process that says love is forgiving. Look, I forgive her. I can't forget it. And nobody needs to have that on them in a relationship. I'm glad I left. Yeah, this is the neighbor's house I bought the car from. Anyway, I'm glad I left the situation, but I'll always be heartbroken that I left, because until the day I die, I'm going to love her. And I just think about all the people I've hurt in my life now. I don't know what's happening, what this walk did to me, but my second wife's kids, and I did them wrong when I went through that divorce, and the fact that I didn't go ahead and keep contact with them or keep close with them like I really should have. Because I did love them. I still do, honestly, but I know I broke their hearts, and I really wish I would have stayed in their lives when they were young. But we're going off on all sorts of tangents. I know I didn't find the trails I was looking for, man, but this walk has done something for me. It's got me thinking of a lot of things over a span of a lot of years. Anyway, all I guess I can say is, I'm trying to get on and do life now. I just bought my, I gave my daughter her first car, which is kind of cool. I was going to go ahead and buy her a used car, but I fell in love with the used car that I bought. So I decided to keep it. I'm actually driving my daughter's car now because she hasn't started driving for like another month or so. So that's her car. I think it's a darn good first car, much better than that $100 van I bought next door to where I'm at right now. But whatever. No, I'm happy where I'm at, but if anybody watches this that I've done wrong to, anybody I know, if you see this, know that I'm honestly sorry for the hurt I've done to anybody in my life. And this isn't some kind of a weird macabre like pre goodbye type of statement or anything, because I'm